Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to Promotech. Thanks for tuning in. The Galaxy S26 Ultra just launched, and on the surface it looks familiar, but this event wasn't about redesigning a phone. It was about redefining what Samsung thinks an Ultra device should be in an AI-first world. And that shift has bigger consequences than most people realize. Let's dive right into the video, because this launch felt different from the usual spec-heavy Samsung presentations. The spotlight wasn't megapixels or crazy zoom shots. It was intelligence, integration, and ecosystem control. At launch, the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra was positioned as the most personal Galaxy ever. Not the most powerful, not the most advanced camera system. The most personal. That wording matters. Compared to last year's Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, the hardware story is surprisingly calm. Slightly thinner body, refined camera island, rounded corners, aluminum frame instead of titanium. Same 5,000 mAh battery. Incremental camera aperture improvements. If you were waiting for a massive hardware leap, this launch might feel restrained. But that restraint is intentional. Samsung spent most of the keynote talking about on-device AI. The new privacy display feature, exclusive to the Ultra, uses hardware and software together to limit side-angle visibility. That's not flashy on a spec sheet, but in a world where your phone constantly surfaces AI-generated summaries, nudges, and contextual suggestions, privacy becomes part of the experience. Then there's the upgraded Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Galaxy inside the Ultra. It's tuned specifically for sustained performance and AI workloads. Early comparisons show better thermal stability compared to the S25 Ultra, which means less throttling during gaming or long 4K recording sessions. It's not about chasing the highest benchmark spike, it's about consistent output. That's a maturity move. Camera-wise, Samsung didn't reinvent the hardware. The main and 5x telephoto lenses now have wider apertures for better low-light capture, but the sensors remain largely the same. Instead, Samsung doubled down on computational photography. Natural language photo editing in the gallery lets you describe changes instead of manually adjusting sliders. Video now supports advanced formats and direct external storage recording. These aren't headline-grabbing upgrades, but they change workflow for creators. And that's where this launch gets interesting. Samsung clearly believes AI-driven software will age better than raw hardware changes. Features like improved circle-to-search, real-time, now-nudge suggestions, and deeper assistant integration signal a future where your phone anticipates actions instead of reacting to taps. Quick pause here. If you're someone building content or running a small online brand, tools that centralize AI workflows matter more than ever. That's why platforms like Wallverse are getting attention. Instead of hopping between separate AI apps, everything connects in one place, similar to what Samsung is building in a Galaxy at the system level. It's ecosystem thinking. Back to the launch strategy. Samsung also unified the design language across the S26 lineup. Storage now starts higher. Model differentiation is leaning more on software exclusives than dramatic hardware gaps. That simplifies buying decisions and quietly pushes power users toward the Ultra. But here's the real takeaway from this launch. Samsung is slowing visible hardware change while accelerating invisible intelligence. That usually means one thing. They're preparing for a bigger physical shift later. You don't conserve hardware upgrades unless you're planning something more disruptive down the line. Before we go further, over 70% of you watching aren't subscribed. If you like breaking down launch events beyond the marketing slides and actually understanding what these moves signal for the future of Galaxy, hit subscribe and join this community. We focus on patterns, not hype. So the Galaxy S26 Ultra launch wasn't explosive. It was calculated. It signals confidence in AI, efficiency over excess, and ecosystem control over spec wars. The question now isn't whether the S26 Ultra is powerful. It clearly is. The question is whether this AI-first strategy will feel revolutionary a year from now or routine. Take care and stay safe. I'll see you in the next one soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.